Hey guys, what is going on? So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about personal development. How much should you really be spending on personal development? And are some of the things that cost a ton of money really worth it? So, my name is Brooke Oaks. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome as well. Always love to have you on here. Losing my voice a little bit today, but I thought this was a really important topic that we could talk about. When you're in network marketing, when you just start out, you see so many different leaders, you hear so many different things, there's books everywhere, there are articles, there are audios, you name it, it's out there. And sometimes it gets really confusing. You don't know where to start because you're like, well, is this worth my money? Is that worth my money? Do I really have the money? The money argument is something that a lot of people get in their head, and it can really bring them down. But maybe you really do have a tight budget. Maybe you don't believe in yourself as much as you should. A lot of times people don't invest in personal development because they're afraid that when they learn something or are being taught something, that they're not going to comprehend it, they're not going to learn from it, they're not going to use it. So is it worth their time? And really, it really is, because if you just take the time to focus and listen, there's so much that you can learn. But sometimes when you're seeing all these different things, you're like, well, who do I listen to? Because you've got how many different authors, you've got how many different leaders, you've got all sorts of people to listen to, and you just don't know who to listen to, right? So there's a couple different things you can do to figure out if you should buy that course, if you should buy that book, or if you should listen to that person, right? So the first thing I want you to consider is, are you picking a topic that is of interest, that you really want to learn about? So when it comes to personal development, people have all sorts of different topics, right? There are topics about mindset. There are topics that are about meditation and focus. There are topics about strategies and tips. What are the topics that are going to help you? What are the topics that you are going to be able to implement and use right away? Those are the ones that you want to focus on. So, are you someone who is looking for a strategy? You're going to then look for an author, for a leader, someone who talks about strategies, and that is going to be the person that you focus on. Now, when it comes to strategy, you could find people who talk about social media strategy. You could find people who just talk about network marketing, in-person types of strategies. You could find people who talk about strategies via email, strategies via mail, like just actual paper mail. So know what it is that you want to do and look for people that are in that area, because if it's about something that you want to learn more about, you're going to be more focused on it. You're going to actually learn the information, use the information. So make sure that when you're looking at those books, they are about a topic that you actually want to use and want to learn about. So also, have you heard about a specific author before? A lot of times you will go through your social media feed. You can go on Google, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Instagram, and people talk about all sorts of authors and books that can be helpful. So you want to make sure that you are looking at ones that people are recommending. Are people recommending that author? Are people saying that that author had helped them? You want to look for one that people are responding well to, because if you see that a book is really well consumed and well identified by people that you know, well, you can trust those people that they're going to say, yes, this book helped me, this book gave me some great ideas, and you can go, and in general, it's a good recommendation. Also, reviews. If you check out reviews, you can go on like Amazon, you can go on eBay, check the reviews, see what it says. If you're looking at some books that are really well known, a lot of times you can go and see what they're known for. So if you go onto Amazon or you go into Google, people will put in their reviews why they like the book. Maybe it gave them the motivation that they needed to take the step forward and actually implement something. Maybe it gave them an idea that transformed their business. You know, those reviews can help you because they can show how other people were helped, right? So reviews and recommendations are a great way to find books and different types of personal development that you can use. There are other types too, like you could find videos, you could listen to audios, all different sorts of consumable information just for you. And this is where we come to a topic about how do you want to consume that information. So are you super busy? Are you doing a lot of driving? Maybe an audio, a podcast, something like that is better for you. You can find a lot of free podcasts and a lot of free audios on various websites, or you can get subscription websites and podcasts and audios where it's a low cost, but with really good information. And again, you want to check out and see what the reviews say, who recommends it. Maybe some of your friends know about that person, right? Also, are you someone who just would rather sit and read, take notes, highlight? Are you a more active reader where you need to actually physically be doing something? Then a paper book might be better for you. So if you're not super on the go and you just want to sit down, get that information, consume that information, paper is the way to go. You can write in the book, you can write in a notebook, you can highlight, you can do whatever you need to say, do whatever. To be actively listening, right? Active listening is one of those things that we don't engage in enough these days anymore because we're so used to being on the run, being on the go. We don't actively listen. And sometimes it's more beneficial for you to have something that is going to force you to sit down and actively engage in recording information, writing down ideas. That might be something to think about as well. Or there's also ebooks. You know, ebooks can be very interactive as well. They're really good for on the go. You can get them on your phone. All my ebooks are actually on my phone. I do have a Kindle, but I tend to stick with my phone. But what's really cool about ebooks, you can go in, you can still highlight, you can actually take notes. You just have to learn how to use the app itself. So I hope this gives you some ideas and some tips to help you when you're picking out the personal development that you're going to use. You know, if you are looking at personal development that is thousands and thousands of dollars, are you going to implement and use it? Or should you start with something smaller that's less expensive, easily obtainable, and you can just go at your own pace? So consider the time that you're going to invest into it. There are a lot of courses out there that cost a lot of money and only take a few minutes a day, but are you going to take the time to sit down and use them? Consider that information. And then also when you're looking at the courses or the books or whatever it is that you're considering, think about how you can fit it into your day. Because sometimes the trouble doesn't come with trying to figure out what the information is and learning how to use the information. The trouble comes with fitting in what you need to do in your day. So if you can block out some time, schedule some time just for your personal development, you can see amazing results because you'll actually sit down, you'll focus, and you can implement what it is that you're learning. So I hope these tips helped. Sharing is caring. If they did, please feel free to share. If you're looking for some more information or about specific types of personal development books, ideas, I have lots of great things that I always talk about on my newsletter and in my blog. You can get access to those. So just be intentional with whatever it is that you're using, right? Focus and remember that it's there to help you. So I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching.